Hey, this is Corey from Trivium, and you're watching Access Unlimited.
This next song is a thrash metal song. So I want to see your heads banging, and I want to see some movement.
Hi, this is Lori with Access Unlimited, and we're sitting here with Corey from Trivium. Corey, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good. Now, tell us a little bit give us a little background on Trivium.
Matt's pretty good at this. He can spit the whole history out in about 30 seconds. But the band has been around since about 99, and pretty much was just Matt and Travis. And they did like the whole local thing, covers and all that fun stuff. And I joined in 2003. Right after I signed to Life Force Records from Germany, did Ember to Inferno, and then that record got out and got the attention of Roadrunner. We signed with them, and pretty much just been touring and doing albums ever since. And Paulo joined in 04, and it's just been the same lineup, just constant touring all over the world and coming out with new albums and all that stuff. So it's busy, staying busy.
Now, I was reading in your bio that you actually took off in the UK. How long was it before you took off here in the America, just as big?
We're still not as big as we are over there here. We're just still working at it. It's a different market and a different way of how things work. And over here is a lot of mainstream radio, videos, and all that kind of stuff, like the mainstream access. Usually if you got like that, you can sell a lot of records and stuff like that. But over there, it's not really based on, if you got a song on the radio. It's just more, magazines and stuff. And it's just the whole music culture overseas is, it's just music's music. And, one magazine, will be like Green Day on the cover, and then there's like a big feature of us in there. So it's not just so like strictly metal press here and everything else over here. Everything's kind of anything rock oriented, kind of all just is incorporated together. So we got fans who were like into My Chemical Romance and stuff, so it's just a lot more broader of a music scene over there. And over here it's a lot more divided and genrefied, and metal bands this and everything else is here, and it's just harder to really cross over, I guess. So it takes more time, but we're still working on it.
Now, have you been touring constantly since that's happened, since you got signed to a label? Has it been constant, or have you had breaks?
We've been pretty much touring since April of 04. And we've had little breaks here and there. We'd like tour for a couple weeks and then go home for a couple weeks and write more songs for our album, and then go out on tour and then come back. And then we did the Ascendancy album, and then once that was done, we were just on tour nonstop. And then we wrote the Crusade while we were on tour for Ascendancy, and then we got off tour. We had 6 weeks to record that whole album, and then 2 days after we finished, we were on a plane overseas to go tour again. So we haven't really had much time. We've been like touring and then do a record and just go right back out. So it's we stay busy, and once we get done touring for this album, we'll be at home for a while working on a new album, but taking more time to do it and not just kind of rush it and get right back out on tour. Take a little break from it for a while.
Do you do most of your writing while you're on the road?
We do some. I think we do. Depends on the tour. This tour, there's not really anywhere to write, but on our last headlining tour overseas, we'd have amps and stuff set up in our dressing room, and we had open space and just be able to really sit down and play. And this kind of, you don't really get a dressing room. You're stuck on your bus. There's nowhere to really go to really kind of zone in on writing. So this tour, no. Other tours we have written on tour. And then a couple weeks we have sometimes you have a couple weeks before in between tours that we'll just write at home, and that makes it's easier, and you're in your own kind of space, and no distractions and stuff like that. So I prefer to write at home, and then we're on tour. Mostly it's more editing and fixing stuff, and I'll sit around and listen to stuff and kind of try to tweak it, so next time we go home we got something new to work on.
Now give us a little bit of history of the Crusade album, and give us a little bit of what's on it, and and what's changed, what's going to change for the next album.
The Crusade was a kind of a blur, just because it just went by so fast. Like, we were touring, and then we had 6-7 weeks off in between touring here and then going overseas to do festivals, and someone had a bright idea of, hey, let's use those couple weeks to record a new album. And we're like, so when do we get a chance to write? And they're like, well, you're going to have to write on tour, because we're like, shit. And we were writing, like, when we started writing, we were traveling like an airport shuttle bus thing that had bunks hooked into it. It was miserable. So that had no space. There was like 8 of us on that thing. So there was when everyone was on the bus and they were awake, everyone would have to just lay in their bunk because there was no room to sit. So we were in that, and so we were just writing in, dressing rooms or anywhere we can find, the hallway of a venue or something. I remember one of the songs off the new record, it was Entrance to the Conflagration, was written in the dressing room of the Gothic Theater here in Denver, which that's the only one I can remember where it was written. But we did that, so we just wrote it like wherever we could. When we got some time off on tour, we'd write at home. So we just we need to write songs, so we would write as much as we could, and we had all these demos, and we picked the songs we wanted to work with, and I think we put the whole album together as a band in 6 days, and then went in and recorded it. So it was just kind of like no time to screw around or think about what we wanted to do. We had a few things, we wanted to do more actual aggressive singing instead of just screaming all the time, which is something we been progressing towards doing since Matt's voice has gotten a lot stronger. That's always been the main goal. So finally we were able to do it, so we kind of went that direction, and we just wanted to make just a straight out metal album. So it was pretty good. We're really happy with how it came out for how much time we had to work on it. It was a pretty quick process. So and then every album you do, you kind of learn of what works and what doesn't, and we're really happy with how the record came out. But the next album we already planned way ahead of time to schedule way more time to do it, because if we did a record like that in 6 weeks, 6 months, we could write a pretty damn good album. And so far the songs we have are really killer, and just having that extra time to really feel relaxed and be able to work on things and do try different things and just see what happens, and so I think the next album's really going to be really, really killer. We're all really excited about it.
Now, how are since your tour schedule is a little bit hectic, I know we've gotten quite a few of the videos to some of these songs. Now, when do you guys find time to do the videos?
Oh, they always find time to make us work. Most of the time it's, hey, you got a day off on tour. Hop on a plane, fly to LA, record the video, and then haul ass back the next day to do a show. So they always find a way to cram them in. Some of them we do right before the tour starts. We'll be rehearsing and stuff to get ready, and we'll just plan out a day where they want to do a video. And a lot of them have been just scheduled into our touring. Wherever we're at, if we have a day off or something, they'll fly us somewhere to record it. Or most of them have been like that. Pull Harder, was middle of a tour, go record that video, and Anthem and Entrance were all flying somewhere on tour. So there's always a way to do it. We don't really are too excited about making videos just because it's such a long, tedious process of standing there, and half the time you're not doing anything because people are moving 800 cameras around. So,
well, Corey, is there anything else that you want to let us know about? Anything you want to tell your fans?
We got just opened a fan club on this tour, triviaworld.com. It's been really good. People just pay you like a membership fee, and you get to kind of get all sorts of neat little goodies and extras that you wouldn't get. We do a lot of meet and greets, fan club. We bring them on the bus, hang out and stuff, and we do like guitar lessons on there, and we have a chat room where everyone in the band will whenever we'll just kind of pop in and start chatting with people, and we make crazy tour videos. We pop up there, and it's just a bunch of stuff to really interact with the fans and give them something extra if they're a big fan. It comes with a cool on tour DVD and a bunch of little like Trivium gifts. So it's pretty cool. We've been really working hard to make it a really fan happy experience where they feel like they're actually get to be a part of the band. And so that's pretty much it. And then next year, new album. So I'm sure you'll hear more about that in the months to come. So.
Well, Corey, thanks for taking time out of your schedule for us, and